in Egypt, you have also the development of a tradition of artistic representation. And the tradition of artistic representation is very interesting. First of all, we have sculptures, many sculptures. Obviously, the kings, the pharaohs, had sculptures made of themselves and of their wives. And there were noblemen who had sculptures made of themselves. Of course, the pharaohs had sculptures made in stone in various positions and various places, many of them. You know probably of the colossal statues of Ramses II and his wife, which were at Abu Simbel. They were gigantic, colossal, tremendous statues, carved out of the mountain. And of course, when they were building the Aswan Dam, they decided, what are we going to do with these? Because the dam will drown them. So finally, some Swedish engineer came up with an idea, and that was to cut them into pieces, into blocks, and to remove them and bring them up to the top of the cliff and reconstruct them, and that's what they did to preserve them. But, you know, when it comes to Ramses II, there's so much of his stuff around, because Ramses II ruled for 67 years. He was on the throne, and he had a lot of time to say, make my statues, you know, one after another, all over the place in various forms. What's interesting about the statuary of the pharaohs in this period, I'm talking about the period, let's say, from 2400 BC to 1400 BC, a period of 1,000 years. There is a static quality about them, an academic quality. In other words, the sculptors, the artists were trained, this is the way you do it, and this is the way they represent it. So the pharaoh is always represented either as standing with his rod or scepter, or seated on a throne. And sitting on a throne, you couldn't tell the difference between one and another. They were all identical, except that some of these artists were very gifted, because you can tell the difference between one pharaoh and another in the face. In other words, they were able to represent the facial difference, but anything below the neck, this was all the same. And the pharaoh always had to be in full vigor and full strength, and always in total command.